La 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 la.
Benton, Illinois is almost exactly 100 miles from the Arch, a classic southern Illinois town where cars go round the courthouse at the square, where buildings date from the 19th century, an antique little town with lots of memories. There's an electronic sign in front of City Hall. Farmers market's coming up. A council meeting, too. And welcome Beatle fans. Bet you didn't see that coming. You see, 50 years ago, at the end of 1963, a 20-year-old kid visited his big sister in Benton, stayed in this house on McCann, went up those stairs and into that door. Did he like it here? According to all reports, the answer's too easy. Yeah, he liked it here. And while all things must pass, Benton's love affair with George Harrison and the memory of his visit have not passed. George Harrison, the Beatle.
You don't find Beatles shoes at just every corner shoe shop.
I had them special made. There's George.
There's George, that's right.
That was who came here in '63, just 5 months before he came back to the U.S. with 3 other guys for the Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh yeah, tell you something. Darling, the smiles returning to their faces.
Well, I'll tell you something I think you'll understand. All these people are here to dedicate a historical marker to commemorate that visit of the first Beatle in America, the visit that was long before the sun came, before George's guitar gently wept. It's all too much. It was a day about George and the Beatles.
I say hello, you say hello.
This young man is far too young to even know who George was.
No, but there's a new generation here.
Now, what's somebody your age still wearing a Beatles shirt for?
I love the Beatles. There's no other way to say it.
George's big sister Louise is here too. She's behind the guy in the Sgt. Pepper coat. She's at the end of that long line, signing autographs, answering questions, and listening to people who loved her brother.
Or as George once said, the Beatle fans know more about us than we know about ourselves.
Here comes the sun, and I say it's all right.
So, Beatle fans are here on a Saturday afternoon to remember that visit.
Oh, I saw the Beatles back in '65, got all their albums.
Why are you in Benton, Illinois wearing a Beatles shirt?
Because I love the Beatles, #1.
There is no #2, is there?
Yeah, that's right.
In the 2 weeks George was here, he hung around the house, went camping with his family, went to a store in town and bought some records. And he took his money to Mount Vernon and bought a Rickenbacker guitar, probably this one, because that's what he wanted. And he played with this local band, the Four Vests. George Harrison played the local VFW and Bocce Club with him. The Four Vests were the band around here. Dave McCarty played with them then, and he was the one who took George Harrison to buy the guitar.
We played a lot in the house, at his sister's house there, jamming and playing. He's just a nice guy. Most polite guy I ever met, I beat him.
And a good guitar player?
Yeah, good guitar player.
George Harrison enjoyed his fortnight here. He liked the place, and he liked the people.
He made the comment to me after he got back home. He said, well, I understand now why it's called the Heartland, because the people there have such big hearts. And that was his reaction.
So after the speeches, after the reminiscences, they finally unveiled the marker, commemorating the first visit of a Beatle to America. A visit that Louise Harrison says may have been the last time that Beatle George Harrison could ever be just George Harrison.
You know, people were just so welcoming. And when he came, everybody was nice to him, you know.
And this was one of the last places he could go and be himself and not be a Beatle.
Yeah, I would have wished that he could have had, every year he could have had a 2-week period like that, where he could just be himself, be anonymous, and just a normal person.
So the marker to a Beatle in Benton is dedicated, and just a few blocks away on McCann Street, pilgrims are visiting the house. George Harrison slept here.
So you guys came from St. Louis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, you
Because
gotta
we're
be
big
kidding.
Beatle fans.
We're
We're like
huge.
the biggest Beatle fans.
Together,
Yes.
November 11th last
Now
year.
see, I'm just tickled that you have a second generation Beatle fan.
I think that's very exciting.
I'm very proud of my daughter.
She's had the right upbringing.
Liverpool, London, Hamburg, Benton, Illinois. If you're a fan, you know all of those towns are connected.
St. George.
It's all in the mind, you know. For HEC-TV, I'm Aaron Mermelstein.
La la la.